All right, let's talk about admitting exhibits. It seems kind of freaky if you've never done it before, but it's really simple. It's common sense, and you just have to think about it. So, what are the steps? Well, one, you need to mark it. Why do you mark it? Because you want to refer to it later, and because you might want to get it back. So you want to mark it so that you can refer to it later, and so that opposing counsel and the court can refer to it. So it would be, Your Honor, I'd like to mark this as State's Exhibit Number 1 or Defense Exhibit Number 1. Now, a lot of people are taught, hey, make sure you get up there and say, this is a shoe that was found in a burglary on May 8th, 2024. I would like to mark it at, oh, no. I'm objecting to that because that has not been established yet. Right now, you just got a shoe. So, don't draw the objection. Just say, I'd like to mark this as Plaintiff's Exhibit 1. Now, you mark it for identification. Then you turn and you show it to opposing counsel. Now, not from across the room where you go, you have to actually let them look at it and make sure of what it is. Because they don't want you up there talking about something if they don't know what you're about to talk about. It's called fair game. Now, once you've done that, you've marked it for identification, you've shown it to opposing counsel. Now you just say, Judge, can I approach the witness? Well, sure. And you walk up to the witness and you say, Officer, what is this? Now the officer grabs it, looks at it, and says, well, it's a shoe that I found May 8th at a burglary. Well, now you need to ask him how he knows that. So it's not just enough to say, what is it? You also follow up with, well, how do you know that's what it is? And so the officer says, well, I know that this is the shoe that I found because I see my initials marked here and I've got the date out next to it and then the incident number, and that incident number refers directly to this case, which was a burglary. That's how I know this is the shoe that I found. Well, okay, now we're getting somewhere. Well, officer, does this shoe appear to be in the same condition in which you found it? Officer looks at it, says, well, I do believe that it is. Now, at that point, you have identified and authenticated, laid a foundation for the introduction of this shoe as an exhibit. So you say, Judge, I'd like to introduce this as Plaintiff's Exhibit 1. Now, this is the point where opposing party gets an opportunity to object. If you have laid a proper foundation and it's not objectionable, then the judge would say it's admitted. But there's more. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people forget that step. They forget to actually admit it. They identify it. They authenticate it. But they don't admit it. You have to admit it for it to become an exhibit in the case. So, judge says that you can admit it. Now there's more. You have to publish it to the jury. Now, strategically, there's a time when you want to do it and time when you don't. Sometimes you want to put it directly in their hands because you've just been talking about it. But sometimes you don't. Let's say it was a contract. If you admit the contract, ask if you can publish, and you hand it to the jury, they're going to sit there and read that contract. They can't help it. It's human nature. So you might want to not publish it until you finish your cross-examination, direct, whatever it is you're doing. And then let the opposing side worry about that. Now, if you're the opposing side and you're going to redirect or cross, let them finish reading the contract. Don't stand up and start in with your questions because they're not going to be paying attention to you. So, when you are going to introduce an exhibit, mark it for identification, plaintiff's or defense exhibit, whatever number, show it to opposing counsel, ask if you can approach the witness. Essentially say, what is this? And then, how do you know this is what it is? And then, does it appear to be the same as when you signed it, found it, saw it, smelt it, tasted it? Is it the same? Does it accurately reflect? Those are the types of questions that you follow up to make sure it is what it is. And that's how you know what it is. And then, Can it be admitted? And when do I publish? Don't forget to publish it. If you forget to publish it, it does you no good to have it admitted.